Well, I've had a problem with wind, not that kind of wind, but wind on my microphone, on my helmet, of all places. And so this wind on my helmet, I've let's put that there. There you go. This wind on my helmet has been a bit of a bugbear while making my videos of me scootering trips. So what I've done is decided to make what's known in the trade as a dead cat, or a fur wind protector for the microphone. And I didn't have any fur, but the wife did. This is this is the wife's anorak. It's a, you know, it's a coat, and she's gone out shopping, so I don't think she really likes a fur in the road. So I decided to cut it off. So and now I've cut the fur collar off, and there's a collar, and it's perfect for a dead cat microphone wind reduction tool. But I'm not sure now how to deal with the coat. I just hang it up. If I hang it up out of the way, if I put it on the hook like that, yeah, she can't see that, can she? So yeah. So now I've got my dead cat. Problem solved. Because where do you get dead cats from? So I'm going to make a video about making a dead cat microphone cover, wind reduction tool, etc. So here we are. I have in front of me the collar off my wife's coat, a cup of tea, and the devilment of a mint biscuit that I shouldn't be having as a type 2 diabetic, but it's low sugar. So that's okay. One pair of scissors, one microphone, and one cotton and needle. Now, so at this point in the video, you're probably wondering, how's my wife reacted to me cutting the collar off a coat? Well, she still doesn't know, she's out shopping. So that's another video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to salvage a piece of fur. The idea is, there's the microphone, and the microphone has little barbs on it which hold this sponge wind protector in place. Now when it's in the helmet, this I've actually sent off for a boom one, which is about yo long, should be with me soon, so I'll probably change to that one. But this one is a limp a limp biscuit of a microphone. And here's a point. The microphone that I use at the moment is the Drift. That's the microphone that I use at the moment. The Drift Ghost XL. And it's a great camera. Sorry, yeah, it's a camera, not a microphone. That's a microphone. Right, the camera I use on my helmet is a Drift XL Ghost. Excellent piece of kit. The battery lasts for around 9 hours, so it's more than enough that anybody's ever going to need. I put that lanyard on, that safety lanyard, just a bit of elastic, that I hook through the chin strap, just in case, by any chance, it does come off. 150 quid's worth of camera won't go flying down the road. What it comes with is this, and this is an adapter, a microphone adapter. Now, the reason why they give you this microphone adapter is because this is waterproof. So you don't need any daft shells. It's fully waterproof, and the microphone has an O-ring. There's the O-ring there, and it has a thread. So you insert it into that part there and you tighten it up, screw it in until it's finger tight, and that O-ring now is squashed, making that watertight. There is a plug that you get for this, a rubber plug to keep the water out, but now that is why they send you this. Now, there's been a few people that have complained and said, oh, the microphone doesn't work, this doesn't work, blah blah blah, and I found no problems with it. And the reason being, I think, is that you have tip, ring, and ground or bass. The microphone I'm using is this one. Tip, ring, and bass. Now the thing is, on a 3.5 connector, audio connector, or phone connector, you'll have tip, ring, and ground, or earth, as we call it in the UK. The earth is the ground. It's always going to be ground. The main signal of the main function is always going to be the tip. So you've got ground and tip. And if you think about it from the point of fact of just the same as direct current, you've got positive and negative. Now, you've got two tip rings separated by insulators in between. So these tip rings would usually carry the signal of the microphone and the earphone. And then you've got the ground and you've got the power. Because this microphone in here is what you call an electroset microphone. So this microphone needs power. It needs to be activated by power. It doesn't work on its own. So now what have we got? On this, we've got ground to ground, we've got power to power, and we've got microphone signal to microphone signal. Now there's no earphone in this, so it doesn't matter. But this is the thing. You may get a lot of people that are using, let's see if I've got one here. Right, here we go. Now people might be using a microphone which has, like this one, which is an Eagle telephone microphone, but it works in the same way, where you've just got the earth and the tip. And so that could be, I'm not saying it is, but it could be a reason that the microphones that people are hooking into this are not made, not constructed to work with them. So this, for example, you can hook that onto a phone and push that straight into a recording device, such as a cassette recorder or any audio recorder, and you can record in mono. But this, of course, is stereo, and that's got power, microphone, earphone, and ground. So that goes in there, and as you can tell from my video, it works perfectly. So the problem we've got, or I've got, is I've got the wind in my helmet, and it's hitting into this, and this is not, if I didn't have this at all, it would be horrendous, but this reduces it to a certain degree. Now, what I'm thinking is there's two ways I could do this. One, I could take this off and replace it with a fur dead cat, or I can make a dead cat for it and put it on top, and that's what I'm going to do. So first of all, I've got to remove my wife's fur collar, so that I've got a piece that I can use. So I'm going to try and pull this fur away as much as possible. That should be more than enough. So I'm going to save that for more dead cats. So now we've got a lot of spare fur, because when you're cutting fur, there's always some collateral damage to the fur. But there is the makings of a dead cat. This goes in the bin. Job done. Now, okay, so there you have it. Now you probably see these newsreaders often have them in sight on windy days because they have to have the microphone underneath them, and you see them holding it, or the boom boy is holding the microphone on a boom when they're doing OBs, outside broadcast. But what I've got to do now is I've got to create a dead cat round that, like that. That's what I'm looking for, is that kind of thing. So I'm just going to make a sleeve for it. So how do I make a sleeve for it? Well, I measure it like so, and once I've measured it, I can then thumbnail it there and say that that is going to be roughly where I'm going to cut it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pen and I'm going to mark it. I'm going to mark where I'm going to cut it there, and then I'm going to pull the fur apart. Let's see if I can brush it. Oh, that's a lot easier. Brushing the dead cat. Now, what I'm going to do is take something long and thin. I'm just going to tease. Oh, that's no good. That might do it. Just going to tease the hairs. Tease the hairs out like that. Just so it's a straight line. There you go. That should do it. Now, all I've got to do is cut down the line because it's the long hairs that are doing the job. Don't ask me how, because I don't know. But if I cut down here now, there you go. Minimum loss. But now I've got the makings of a dead cat. So, what I've got to do now is, I've just got to stitch it up like that. And that's going to be my dead cat. Now, I'm going to have to stitch all of it up. Can't leave the end open, because if I do, the wind might get in there. And that's the whole crux of it. So, now I take, move that out of the way for a bit. I take the needle and cotton and get the needle out. And the needle has some cotton already on it, which is good, because that saves me the trouble. All I've got to do is form a little knot and thread it through once and thread it through twice. And draw it to the end. And there you go. Form a knot, and then just for good luck, I'm going to come on another knot once and then twice. Oops. Stabbing the dead cat there. And there's a double knot. Right, okay. So, I'm just going to cut that off. And now, I'm going to stitch the dead cat together. So I'm just going to pull the fur away, like so. Fold it together, and start at this end. And so, insert the needle in the dead cat, just there. Now, perhaps I should do it inside out and then turn it around the right way. That might be an idea. I'll tell you what, let's try that. As long as I keep the fur down, it should be okay. It's all about fur control. That's the secret to making dead cats, is fur control. Fur control and cotton control. Now, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to cut from here to the point where I've actually sewn this up, because this is about as interesting watching me stitch a dead cat up as it is watching paint dry. So we'll cut to where it finishes. Well, I'm on the last few stitches now of this microphone wind reduction muff, or dead cat, as they call them in the trade. So I'm just going to stitch this off now. through the loop twice to lock the stitches in. Snip it off and not too close. There's my trusty needle and cotton. Now, there is said dead cat ready for work. So, all I've got to do now is turn it inside out with the aid of these tweezers. So hopefully this is going to work. Otherwise, I'll have wasted my time. What I've got to do is push it inside out like that and then let go. And there is my dead cat. Now, the thing is, this dead cat will do the job. Well, that's going to drive my brain, being like that, up against my face. But it's the fur that stops the wind. So when I insert that now in there, like that, I push it into there, into the end, and that now should solve the wind problem. I should get no wind pickup on the microphone. So what's it cost? Next to nothing. Bit of cotton and a needle, 5 minutes sewing, and the fur off your wife's collar on a coat. So there you go. All you got to do is demolish your wife's collar on a coat, make one up, and face the consequences. If you like my little video, please subscribe. Until then, y'all be cool now.
Right. What have you done? What have you done to me coat?
Whoops.